Hello. Hello, my name is Aaryn, just Aaryn to be correct, and to be exact. Hello, humans. Our dogs, you know, you have your little buddies with you, cats, gerbils, all races. We're not racist here. Okay, what is wrong with me? Hello everyone, my name is Aaryn. Today I'm going to be doing my unpopular opinions, not the tag, because I don't know, I just didn't even really watch the tag for starters, and I don't even know the questions, but I didn't want to feel boxed in. My unpopular opinions just are negative, like OMG, this book totally sucks, get it out my way. It's more like, listen you guys, this book is the best book in this series, or hey guys, this book wasn't a hot mess, here's why. Don't get me wrong, we still have things like, OMG, that book sucks, what were you thinking? But that's not the whole video. It's been a while since I even made a video because, we're going to be getting wild with these opinions, guys. I lit up the Wild Hunt candle, so you know it's real. Like, you gonna know. You gonna know. We're just going to start off with a bang, and I thought, what's the book that everyone is convinced is good? Like, it's not great, but for some reason, it still did fairly well. What's a book that should have never happened, and yet people still give it 4 and 5 stars for seemingly no reason? Totally off the top of my head. Aquafast. So if you go on Goodreads, you just type in goodreads.com and you search up A Court of Frost and Starlight, you may see that this book has a 3.91 stars. The same book where the love interest orgasm to the image of his son has a 3.91 out of 5 stars. The same book where nothing but snowball fights and smut, mind you, they also had sex with their minds, has a 3.91 out of 5 stars. The same book where our main character kicked out her sister for struggling because she was struggling has a 3.91 out of 5 stars. The same book with no plot has a 3.91 out of 5 stars. America, explain America. I am so confused. I am trying to wrap my mind around this. I see people that I trust give this a 4 out of 5 stars. Like, I mean, there was no plot, and also the characters kind of got on my nerves. I thought the sex scenes were a little bit overdone. Sarah J. Maas was going to bridge us to the next novella, but I didn't really get the point of that. But 5 stars, how? I don't get it. This book was trash. I've been trying to put together the pieces, but they're not falling into place, and I don't get it. Like, did Sarah J. Maas brainwash you that? But listen. I actually like the Storm Glass series. I mean, we'll get to the other series. Wink. But I like the Storm Glass series. It has its flaws. I know, Judas. I know I'm not stupid. But that's a series, for you guys that are new here, that I credit with making me a reader. That's the first book series I read that made me want to pick up more book series. Really the reason I made myself a Goodreads account. It is the reason I found BookTube. So I will always stand by that series even though it's kind of cringe. However, Sarah J. Maas, I'm not buying another novella. Not unless I hear the good reviews first, because after this, I am convinced about the money grabs. After her, hey, get a character's name in cursive and, you know, a color in my $20 probably special edition books. Sarah, what? I was so confused. I just don't trust her anymore. The trust has been broken, and so when I see that this has a 3.91 out of 5 stars, I'm perplexed. That being said, that is a novella to the ACOTAR series, and I already kind of hinted that the ACOTAR series is on here. Yeah, we have the entirety of the ACOTAR series. This is not a bad series. I do not think that. However, I feel like people put this series on a pedestal, and looking back on it, in my experiences reading them and ranting and just having a million times fun, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, the only book in this series that snapped or took my breath away personally, and a lot of people's breath away actually, is Akamath. If you go back to ACOTAR, the ending to this book was predictable. A lot of the time we were doing nothing. And then if you go to Akabor, I've already said this in the past, I know what happens in Akabor, but at the same time, I don't know what happened in Akabor. I can tell you that we were in a war. Wow, Akabor. I mean, it doesn't stand for war, but it's Akabor. That was not a good connection, but it's also a connection because there is a war inside this. Like, anyways, but can I tell you who we were fighting? Hecky no. I mean, I think I know, but I'm not sure. It was just kind of all over the place to me. The main character, I don't like Fairy, you guys. I don't like her. I'm just gonna say it. There's nothing wrong with her. I just feel like she's dry. She's dry. I have this joke that I tell my friends that, like, Fairy's vagina is dry. Like, I don't understand why all the boys are going wild for it. What is her magic? Tell me. So this book I have next is from a very, very popular series you have heard about for sure. And that's Harry Potter. And I have The Order of the Phoenix. The Order of the Phoenix is my personal favorite Harry Potter book, which is an unpopular opinion for sure. A lot of people consider this the worst Harry Potter book. And I'm just going to be defending it, and this clock doesn't work, but under 2 minutes. The complaints I hear about this book is mainly that Harry was just this dramatic, angsty teenager. And to a certain extent, is that true? Yes. But I hate it when people brush it off as if it's coming from literally nowhere. This teenage boy is going through PTSD. He has had the most traumatic experience of his life. Someone that he trusted now was kind to him, not even to take advantage of him or to use him in the end. Kind of Dumbledore. He lost them. And although there is nothing that he felt like he could do to save him, he still feels almost this survivor's guilt. Not only that, he is also introduced for the first time really to our main villain Voldemort in book 4. So when people say that he was just being this annoying angsty teenager, I just feel like you are completely missing the point. I have another book series, and this is one of my favorite book series of all time. And so I'm not really saying that it's good or bad. I'm just asking you a question that I feel like a lot of people have not asked themselves, and that is, can you really describe the Raven cycle? I have tried to describe this book series to so many people, and I always end up lost. Just hear me out. Just listen to this. Listen to this. Hey dude, you should totally read The Raven Boys. It's the first book in the Raven cycle. You're gonna love it. But like, what's it about? Like, the series, what happens in it? Well, you have these Raven Boys, well, the first book is titled after, and they're trying to find this dead Welsh king called Glendower. And then your main character, her name's Blue, but she's not like the main character. Actually, I don't think a single one of our books truly just focuses only on her. But I mean, she has a book titled Blue Lily Blue, but it's not really about her at the same time. It's kind of weird. Blue has been told all her life that if she kisses her true love, he's gonna die. Yeah. There's really no main antagonist in this book. I mean, all the antagonists are pretty different from each other, but at the same time they all kind of connect, but they're all pretty different. Like, they're not really in cahoots with each other. And then, you know, this dead Welsh king, that's who we're trying to find, because if you awaken him, he apparently gives you a wish or something like that, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's the Raven cycle. I guess you can describe it, but can you describe it well? That's what I'm asking you. Can you describe the Raven cycle well? I want to see you try in the comment section, because I have been trying for years and nothing has worked. For this next one, I shook myself with this choice, because I love this series. In my non-existent favorite book series of all time video, this, I mean, it's not even complete yet, but I was heavily considering just putting it as like an honorable mention, or even like number 10 to be fair, and that is The Cruel Prince. I love The Wicked King. That book blew me away. But looking back at The Cruel Prince, it was boring. I wanted to review this book before anyone else did, and I got the video up. It's called The Cruel Prince Book Review. I'm not even like telling you guys to go watch it. It is now private because let's just say 8th grade Aaryn, it was very cringy. Seriously, looking back, the book was boring to me. I remember not being intrigued until like the last 30 pages of the book. There were too many characters to keep up. Whenever people are like, who is your favorite Greenbrier? Isn't there Ashlyn, Dane, Belancolis, Genevieve, Craneldela? I don't know! There are just too many! Another unpopular opinion? Vivi Duarte sucks! She sucks. She sucks. She sucks. This is definitely going to be Cruel Prince, Wicked King spoilers. So I'll put a little timestamp right here. And if you guys want to go skip ahead, do that. But I must get it off my chest. She sucks. If you guys have read Taryn's like novella, I forgot what it's called, The Lost Sisters, Taryn told Vivi that she was interested in Luck. And Vivi was like, oh, okay. And later on, when Jude was messing with Luck and the Cruel Prince, Vivi was like, oh, okay. She knew that Locke was playing one of her sisters at least, and she didn't say anything. Or number two, she is so unengaged with her sister's lives that she really didn't even care, or she didn't even remember. And that is so mind-blowing to me. And then she also hung out with like Hardin and Locke and all those people that bullied Jude and Taryn at school. And just to show you how much she did not understand the oppression that Taryn and Jude experienced as humans in Elfheim, she brought her girlfriend Heather to Elfheim without telling her where she's going, for starters. Literally did not tell her that she is a fae and that she's going to this fae realm and meeting a whole bunch of other fae and pixies. Did not let her know. Then she did not give her any sort of like protection, like cranberries or your stockings inside out. It's really weird. To help her not get like charmed or controlled. And so her girlfriend, that literally happened to her girlfriend because she did not pay enough attention to keep her safe. And so not only have you completely blindsided me, but you didn't even give me the proper protection. I feel like the fact that she didn't even consider like, hey, maybe I should go tell her like, you're gonna need these cranberries, boo, shows you just how much she did not give a F about what happened to Jude and Taryn. Next unpopular opinion is one that if you guys have ever gotten me at least comfortable enough to talk about the series with you, because I gotta get comfortable to talk about this series, because y'all, people be ready to attack you for liking this series. But it's really, I'm not even arguing that this series is good. I'm arguing that this series isn't that bad. Not good, but not that bad. The Red Queen series. I picked up Red Queen, the first book, in I think 6th grade. At the time, I wasn't really a reader type of person. I read occasionally and I had to have some type of boost. For example, in language arts class, I would have like these little reading challenges. If you read 12 books, you get a cake, you get a, I could say a chicken wing, but that's not true. You get a cake, you get a slice of pizza, you get a Coke, and you get a cookie. So read your little person. So here I was, reading Red Queen, and I absolutely loved her. I saw the things coming. I knew they were coming, but they were fun. It was a book that I picked up without expectations. I just wanted to read it to earn myself a cookie, and I got my cookie, and I liked it because I went to the bookstore the next day. I remember I begged my dad, take me to Barnes and Nobles, and he did, and I got Glass Sword, and I read that in a day, and ever since, I've just been enjoying the Red Queen series. I must admit, I know that it's predictable. I know that the characters can be annoying. What I'm arguing is that the series is not as horrible as people try and make it seem. I would just hate for people that would enjoy this series and have fun reading it to not read it because someone told you guys it is the spawn of literal Satan. I honestly think that if you go in without expectations and you're just looking for a fun time and a little nice ride, it will be just that. My last unpopular opinion is about a book series I mentioned earlier, and honestly I probably should have mentioned it earlier too because it would have been a little nice way to bridge it, but whatever. I have Crowd of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. You may be wondering why not the whole series. I already told you how I feel about that series. But I will say this, number one, Empire Storms, let me go grab that real quick. Empire Storms is the worst book that Sarah J Maas has ever written. From the sex scenes, to the characters, to the general plot. So many times she had these little surprises and Sarah J Maas kind of excused them by saying that, you know, our main character Selena's like a trickster, she likes to plot, that's her thing. It wasn't even like hinted at, but rather like, okay, this happened and we're not going to explain because surprise, Selena's such a trickster, like, you were supposed to know, you were supposed to guess, but it doesn't even feel real at the moment. It just feels like this throwaway, this stupid shock factor that didn't really add anything. We kind of just stayed in the same places too long. We had these new trials and tribulations that came out of literal nowhere. That's not what I was planning on arguing. I was planning on arguing that Crowd of Midnight is the best Stone of Glass book. That's right side up. I don't think that a lot of people consider this book. I feel like a lot of times they would probably rank Queen of Shadows or Air of Fire before it. But consider this. For starters, Crown of Midnight had as good as a plot twist as Akamath. I will argue that for the rest of my days. And not even a plot twist like the plot twist in Empire of Thorns where it just came out of nowhere. If you are reading and you're paying attention, you can connect the dots. But even then, like, even if you guessed it, I think that the ending scene, like how it's ending, how we're putting these pieces together, is so well done. We're literally in this character's minds. We are freaking out with them. We are so like confused and engaged, like right by their side. And I think that is a extravagant, brilliant thing to do. Not only that, Sarah J Maas has extreme, serious pacing issues. Empire of Thorns was slow. It felt dragged out. Air of Fire, a lot of times people either love it or they hate it. And one of the reasons that they cite is because it was a bit too slow and boring and that a lot of things happened that they just weren't interested in. Kingdom of Ash is a freaking 1,000 pages. She just has serious pacing issues. But this book was so quick. Arguably, it is only about 400 pages. Even then, if you like look at the events that happened later on in the series, all of that was set into place in Crown of Midnight. Everything that happened in Crown of Midnight was necessary and fun. And say what you want, the main relationship that we read in this book is also good. Later on, the main character's love interest did become kind of trash, and luckily they aren't together anymore simply because I don't think that they would have worked anymore. But in this book, their romance was top notch. You cannot argue that with me. It was top notch. I felt for them 100%. Whatever they went to didn't feel like super cliche, and it was like, okay, we know they're going to be okay. Because even though like you didn't know they're going to be okay, you still felt that emotional trauma. And I think that Crown of Midnight is the best Thread of Glass book. I can talk to you guys about it. I mean, Queen of Shadows, I will say, is the closest contender, but we can go at it. I have built my case. I know what I'm arguing. Let's do this, boo. That is all for my unpopular opinions video. I hope that you guys really like this video. I think I'm going to like it just because I had so much fun like talking about all these books and like my opinions on them. And I don't know, it felt nice. It felt nice to record after so long. I miss you guys. Aww. And I'm happy to be back with you guys. Aww. And I really hope to see you guys next week. I love you guys so much. See you later.